While surfing through some NBA games last night, I landed on a close matchup between the Nuggets and the Clippers. 39-35 going into the second quarter. It's quite the barn burner we got going on here. I figured someone must be having themselves a night, so I took a quick glance at the box score. And nothing could have prepared me for what I found. Nikola Jokic with 25 and 6 in the first quarter. I thought my eyes must be deceiving me, so I double-checked, and sure enough, the man was dropping a nuke on the Clippers. By the end of the third quarter, the Nuggets had put the Clippers to bed. Jokic didn't really play much after that, and jogged his way to a modest 55, 12, and 6. The craziest part about this performance wasn't even how incredible Jokic played in this game. It was how painfully easy he made it look. Has Nikola Jokic solved the game of basketball? Today's video is sponsored by Rocket Money, the personal finance app that helps you save more and manage your money better. If you're anything like me, you've probably signed up for a bunch of subscriptions and forgot half of them even exist. With Rocket Money, you can automatically find all of your subscriptions in one place and cancel the ones you don't want anymore with just a few taps. No more endless customer service calls. It also helps you lower your bills by negotiating with service providers on your behalf. And you can even set custom budgets that track your spending in real time. Rocket Money's insights show where your money's going and helps you stay on top of your expenses. They've helped members save up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features, and over $880 million in canceled subscriptions overall. You can also set financial goals, and Rocket Money automatically analyzes your account to help you save towards them faster. Whether it's a vacation fund, new gear, or just building better money habits, Rocket Money has you covered all in one app. Take control of your finances today. Go to rocketmoney.com/Jimmy Highroller or click the link in the description to get started for free. That's rocketmoney.com/Jimmy Highroller. Start saving smarter today. What you are looking at are statistically the best individual seasons of the last 20 years according to GameScore. Now, GameScore is a stat that essentially measures everything a player does on the box score and wraps it up into an all-in-one number. The more a player does and the more efficiently he does it, the higher the game score. Hundreds of players across 2 decades, and these are the top 100. You've got KD in 2010 ranked 85th, Chris Paul in 08 ranked 81st, Kevin Love in 2014 ranked 77th. By the 50s, you are already in MVP territory. LeBron in 2014, Steph in 2016. In fact, there's a lot of LeBron and Steph in here. A lot of Harden, Durant, AD, Giannis. Climb your way into the top 20 seasons and you are looking at some all-time stat-stuffing campaigns. AD in 2018, Westbrook in 2017, LeBron in 2009. But by the time you end up in the top 10, you will find the same 3 names on a run unlike anything else in recent NBA history. The names of Luka, Jokic, and Giannis littered throughout this historic threshold. An average game score of more than 27 only achieved 1 time in NBA history by Nikola Jokic last season. However, Shea and Luka on pace this season to make history of their own, and Giannis on pace for an NBA record, nearing a mind-boggling game score of 30, a mark that would have been inconceivable just a few seasons ago. At least, he was on track to break this record, if it wasn't for Nikola Jokic, who currently holds an average game score this season of 32.64, who, when even compared to the greatest seasons of this century, has entered his own stratosphere. What he is doing right now, even by his standards, completely unprecedented. Between his video game numbers, unparalleled skill set, and the ease in which he does it all, Nikola Jokic is proving once again why he is the most impactful player in basketball. After getting out to what most fans described as a slow start to the season, averaging a measly 14-10 through the first 5 games, Jokic apparently heard the criticism and decided he was going to start shooting the ball again. 6 games into his revelation, and the Nuggets haven't lost a game since. They're beating their opponents by an average of 15 points, and Jokic is averaging 36, 12, and 11 in that span. And I would like to take this time to say I too have came to a revelation of my own. I think Nikola Jokic has solved basketball, not just because of what he's doing on the court, but also because of how he's doing it. On Wednesday night, Jokic didn't just have one of the most efficient 50 pieces in league history, he had one of the easiest 50 pieces in NBA history. It didn't matter what they threw at him, Jokic made easy work of all of it. They threw a big body at him in Zubats, and Jokic just backs him down like a featherweight. He makes this shot 100% of the time. Couple plays later, same look, same spot, but this time while Zubac is waiting for the bump, Jokic just blows on by him. Flip it over on the other wing this time. Zubac is desperately trying to hold him off, but Jokic gets to his spot again. Too skilled, Zubac falls for the shimmy, Jokic gets an easy bucket. Very next possession, this time they've got some more length on him with Brook Lopez. Lopez just saw Zubac get melted, so he's prepared. He's got quick hands, he's waiting for Jokic to turn his back or make a first step, and he just pulls up in his face for an and one. Where is the double, you might ask? Well, they can't send one. Jokic is the best playmaker on the planet. He is praying that you send a double. And this is how the entire night went in LA. Jokic exploiting his freakish strength and soft touch by just casually getting to his spot and feasting on whatever easy look he created. When the Clippers finally decided to make their adjustments, clog the high post and concede the double team, Jokic decided to take advantage of a lackluster pick and roll defense by drilling three-pointers like they were free throws. It isn't flashy, it ain't that pretty, it really isn't all that exciting, but it is painfully simple and offensively easy for Nikola Jokic. By the end of the night, Jokic had bullied his way to 55 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists on 91% true shooting, and the best statistical performance of his entire career in just 34 minutes. The man is moving at half speed, he doesn't get but about 10 inches off the ground, and it doesn't even matter. He is just too smart, too strong, and way too skilled. And I have come to the conclusion that Nikola Jokic has simply won basketball. He beat it. The man solved the game, cracked the code. He has pretty much figured out exactly what to do in any situation and how to do it. He is unbelievably aware of who's on the court, who's guarding him, where the shooters are, where the shot blockers are, where the best shots will open up in 3 seconds, how to open up those shots, what the defense will counter with, and he's already figured out how he'll counter that counter. More than his skill, more than his touch, more than his strength, it is his hyper-awareness and genius basketball IQ that makes him virtually impossible to guard. Jokic is an unrealistic example of what could happen if a player makes the right play every play. You're not gonna make all of your shots, some of your passes might get broken up, but if you're finding the best shot, you're making the right passes, and you're recognizing those opportunities as they present themselves, things are bound to go well. Most players are smart enough to pick out a defense lagging to get back. Most big men will seal their man off for the potential one-on-one near the rim. But how many players are smart enough to not overthink this possession and just spin over their shoulder for an easy bucket? Or how about the fact that the Kings continued to leave this void open in the middle of the paint for an easy floater over and over and over? And by the time they adjust, you've already capitalized on it. When a player has a mismatch in transition, does he get into the set, or does he immediately recognize the mismatch and have the wherewithal to make good use of it? What about picking up on lapses in the defense before they even happen? Jokic sees an opportunity, he calls for the ball, he misdirects the defense with his eyes, and then finds a wide open Christian Braun for an easy bucket. But Jokic knew Braun was going to be open when he saw his man trailing behind 5 seconds ago. He notices this, he calls for the ball, he knows the Kings are in a man coverage, he forces the defense to stay on the corner man by telegraphing what looked like it was going to be a pass to the corner, and he gets his teammate wide open for the easiest 2 points of the night. The guy keeps it simple. How many of his points and rebounds come off of these tip-ins and putbacks, being in the right place to get these easy buckets, or these rolls to the basket where he finds space and keeps the ball high and just feeds it in? Sounds easy enough until you realize how many big men struggle with this action, knowing when to float it, knowing how the defense reacted the last time you ran a similar action. It's the difference between an open 7-foot floater and forcing a tough layup. One of the quickest ways to spot a smart player is how quickly they make decisions and how much energy they exert to execute those decisions. What plays to make, what plays not to make, taking every last crumb the defense will give you and taking them efficiently. And there is no player more decisive with the skills to execute those decisions than Nikola Jokic. He doesn't have freakish athleticism to capitalize on for easy buckets, can't jump over his opponents or sprint past them. He isn't outlandishly tall or long in ways that would give him an advantage. In fact, he is about as average in stature and length as centers come. Instead, Jokic possesses a remarkable combination of attributes: touch, strength, and basketball intelligence that has made him the most impactful offensive weapon in the history of basketball. Of course, Jokic's best attribute, the one between his ears, isn't quite something you can measure, but it wouldn't hurt to try. That's what Crafted NBA has attempted to do with their basketball IQ metric, a stat that uses game-specific skills and awareness such as spatial understanding, tactical decisions, and playmaking insights to quantify a player's performance and decision-making. It's kind of crazy, right? I know. The player with the highest basketball IQ in the entire NBA is, of course, Nikola Jokic. But as impressive as his box score numbers are, Jokic's true value is better captured by looking through the lens of advanced numbers. Here are the top 50 players in the league so far this season, according to Box Plus Minus. Now, these numbers will level out a bit as the season continues, but we're quickly approaching the point where most players will settle in about where they are right now. For example, Brunson ranks 31st, Jaylen Brown ranks 25th, Cade at 20, Steph is at 13, and Wemby is at 9. And all the way at the very top, the best players in the league in Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, a Box Plus Minus of 11 or more is historically great. There's only been about 20 seasons in NBA history of this caliber. For example, LeBron has only had 3 seasons with a BPM above 11. And all 3 of these guys are playing at that level right now. And then there's Nikola Jokic. Way over here, with a Box Plus Minus of 20.8. This is not a typo. This isn't a mistake. There's no error in this graphic. This, my friends, is Nikola Jokic.